Why not reacting is the superpower you didn't know you had. Imagine this. You're walking down the street. Someone bumps into you and yells, "Watch where you're going." Your heart starts racing. You want to shout back. You feel angry. You want to fight. But then, what if you didn't react? What if instead you stayed calm? What if you just smiled and kept walking? What if you didn't let their anger control your peace? That is power. That is freedom. That is the power of not reacting. In this world, people are quick to get angry, quick to argue, quick to react. But those who stay calm, those who observe, think, and respond with purpose, are the ones who control their life, their emotions, and their future. In this lesson, you'll learn 7 simple rules that will help you develop this life-changing skill. This is a graded reader lesson made for English learners. It's easy to follow, and every word is meant to teach you not just English, but how to stay strong, calm, and focused in a chaotic world. So let's begin. Rule 1. Silence is strength. Don't react, observe first. Have you ever been in a situation where someone says something that instantly makes you feel angry, embarrassed, or frustrated? Maybe it was a rude comment, a harsh criticism, or even a personal attack. In that moment, your heart beats faster, your face gets hot. Your mind fills with sharp words you want to say. You feel the need to defend yourself, to strike back, to react. That feeling is normal. It's human. But here's the truth. Your first instinct is rarely the wisest one. That reaction, it's not strength. It's not power. It's just impulse. In a world where everyone wants to speak, those who stay silent become powerful. Because silence gives you time. Time to breathe. Time to observe. Time to think. When you don't react, you give yourself space to choose your next move wisely. And that, right there, is where your true strength lives. Let's look at it this way. Imagine someone insults you in front of others. Maybe they say you're not smart. Maybe they make fun of your clothes, your work, or your background. Their goal is simple. They want a reaction. They want you to get upset. They want to see you lose your cool. Why? Because when you react emotionally, they win. They get to control the situation. They push your buttons, and you play their game. But what happens if you don't react? What if you stay silent? What if you just look at them, calm and unshaken? That's when the power shifts. You're no longer the target. You become the observer. You're no longer emotionally involved. You're in control. That silence creates a space that confuses them. It makes them wonder, why isn't this person reacting? That confusion gives you power. That calm gives you dignity. Silence is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's strength. Think about the most respected leaders, mentors, or wise people you know or admire. They are not the ones shouting, arguing, or reacting emotionally. They are the ones who listen more than they speak. They observe before they respond. They don't waste energy reacting to everything. And because of that, people listen when they finally do speak. When you choose silence in a heated moment, you protect your inner peace. You don't say something you'll regret later. You don't damage relationships. You don't make the situation worse. Instead, you rise above it. You stay in control, not just of your words, but of yourself. Here's another reason why silence is powerful. It gives you clarity. When you stay quiet, your brain gets a chance to catch up with your emotions. You can think clearly. You can understand what's really happening. Are they really trying to hurt you? Or are they just projecting their own pain? Is it even worth your time and energy? Silence gives you a chance to see the situation for what it is, not what it feels like in the moment. This doesn't mean you never speak. It doesn't mean you let people disrespect you. It means you speak when you are ready and not before. You speak with purpose, not with panic. You choose your words instead of letting your emotions choose them for you. Now, some people will say, "But if I stay silent, they'll think I'm weak." That's only true if you believe it. Silence with self-control is powerful. Silence without fear is strong. In fact, when you can stay calm while someone is trying to provoke you, people will notice. They'll feel your calm energy, they'll respect your discipline, and most importantly, you'll respect yourself. Practicing this kind of silence takes time. It won't happen overnight, but you can start small. The next time someone says something annoying or rude, try this. Pause. Don't speak right away. Breathe in slowly. Count to 3. Look at the situation. Is it worth your peace? Most of the time it's not. You'll realize that silence speaks louder than any angry words you might say. And sometimes, this is important, the best response really is no response at all. When someone is trying to start a fight, the most powerful thing you can do is not give them one. Let them fight with the wind. Let them shout at silence, because in that silence, you win. Remember, the goal is not to be silent forever. The goal is to be wise enough to know when to be silent and when to speak with intention. Every time you do this, you are building emotional discipline. You are mastering yourself. And when you can master your own emotions, nobody can control you. So the next time life pushes you, insults you, or tries to shake you, pause, breathe, stay silent, watch, learn. Then, if needed, speak with calm strength. Because that's what true power looks like. That is the power of not reacting. Rule 2. Control your face. Control the situation. Before you ever say a word, your face has already spoken. It shows how you feel: joy, fear, anger, embarrassment. In fact, people often look at your face to judge your reaction before they listen to anything you say. Your face is like a mirror of your emotions, and in moments of stress, pressure, or conflict, that mirror can reveal everything, whether you want it to or not. Now, imagine if you could master that mirror. Imagine being able to stay calm and steady, even when everything around you feels chaotic. That's not just emotional control. It's a kind of power that very few people have. Because while everyone is busy reacting, panicking, and wearing their emotions on their face, you stand out by staying composed. Let's say your boss gives you harsh criticism in front of your coworkers. You weren't expecting it. Maybe it wasn't even fair. Your instinct might be to frown, lower your head, or show that you're upset. Your face might tighten. Your eyes might shift. These are natural reactions, but they send a loud message. I'm hurt. I'm angry. I'm not in control. But now imagine a different response. Your boss criticizes you and you keep your face calm. You maintain steady eye contact. You listen. You nod. You breathe deeply. You don't show fear or frustration. You don't smirk or roll your eyes. You don't let your face reveal anything more than quiet confidence. What happens then? You surprise everyone in the room. You show that you're not shaken. You show emotional maturity. You show leadership. Most importantly, you keep your dignity. In that moment, your calm face becomes your shield, protecting your self-respect and showing others that you are not easily broken. It's important to understand. Controlling your face doesn't mean hiding your emotions forever. You are still human. You still feel things. But when the situation is high pressure, like in a conflict, an argument, or a moment of public embarrassment, you need to be the calmest person in the room. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens through practice, and yes, it can be learned. Start by becoming aware of your face in small moments. When you feel annoyed, notice what your eyebrows do. When you feel nervous, notice how your mouth tightens or your eyes move. Awareness is the first step to control. Once you know your patterns, you can start working on them. Practice this. When someone says something that annoys you, don't react with your face. Instead, breathe slowly. Keep your eyebrows relaxed. Keep your jaw loose. When someone asks you a difficult question, don't look panicked. Keep your face still. Look directly at them. Pause before answering. When you feel nervous, smile gently, not to fake happiness, but to release tension. Even a neutral, relaxed expression can make you feel calmer inside. Another useful practice is looking at yourself in the mirror during a stressful conversation, or recording yourself role-playing one. Notice how your face changes. Practice maintaining a calm, confident look, even when you speak about tough subjects. Over time, this will become natural. Why is this so important? Because in life, people will test you. They will try to read your emotions to gain control. If they see fear or uncertainty on your face, they might push harder. If they see anger or frustration, they might get defensive. But if they see calm confidence, they have no clear advantage. You become harder to read and harder to manipulate. Also, people trust those who appear calm. Think about doctors, pilots, coaches, or leaders. If their face shows panic during a crisis, you'd lose trust in them, right? But if they stay composed, even in high-pressure moments, you feel safe. You believe in their strength. The same principle applies to you. Whether you're in a job interview, a meeting, an argument, or even just dealing with rude people, your facial expression tells the world how strong you are. And when you control your face, you control the moment. You don't give away your power. You don't let emotions lead your actions. You stay in charge. This kind of control is especially important if you want to build a strong presence. A presence that says, I'm confident, I'm calm, I'm not afraid. People are drawn to that. They respect it. They remember it. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be cold. It just means you should be intentional. Don't let your face tell stories you don't want to tell. Don't let your emotions write the script for your life. So remember, the world sees your face before it hears your voice. Let that face say something powerful, calm, steady, and strong. Let it say, I am not controlled by the situation. I control myself. Because when you can do that, you don't just control the situation, you control your future. Rule 3. You don't owe everyone a reaction. In life, people will test you. They will push your buttons. They will say things to upset you, not because they care, but because they want to pull you into their drama. Some people thrive on chaos. They don't feel powerful unless they're disturbing your peace. But here's something powerful you need to remember. You don't owe anyone your reaction. Not every comment needs a reply. Not every insult deserves your attention. Not every disagreement is worth your time. You are not a machine that must respond every time someone presses a button. You are a human being, and you have the right to protect your energy. In today's world, where opinions fly fast and anger is common, everyone wants a reaction. People post rude comments online. Strangers make sarcastic remarks. Co-workers gossip behind your back. Family members bring up your past to make you feel small. But reacting to all of it will only drain you. You will spend your whole life fighting battles that never needed to be fought. Here's the truth. Some people don't want a solution. They want attention. They want to see you break. They want to know they still have power over you. If you react, you give them exactly what they want. But if you stay calm, if you walk away, you take that power back. This doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you're running away. In fact, sometimes walking away is the strongest thing you can do. Choosing peace over drama takes strength. It shows maturity. It shows that you value your energy and your future more than winning a pointless argument. Before you react to someone's words or actions, stop and ask yourself 3 simple questions. Will this matter tomorrow? Most of the time, the answer is no. What someone said today might feel big in the moment, but tomorrow it won't matter. A week from now, you won't even remember it. Don't waste your energy on moments that won't matter in the long run. Will this affect my goals? Does this person's opinion change your path? Will their negativity stop your dreams? If the answer is no, then why give them any power? You are on your own journey. Don't let small minds pull you off your big mission. Is this worth my peace? Your peace is precious. Once you lose it, it takes time to get it back. If reacting to someone will steal your peace, then it's simply not worth it. Protect your calm like you would protect your money or your health. You are not here to fight every battle. You are here to grow. You are here to build a better life. You are here to become the best version of yourself. That takes focus. That takes patience. And that takes learning to walk away from things that don't serve your purpose. When someone says something rude, try this. Pause. Don't respond immediately. Breathe. Ask yourself the 3 questions above, then make your decision. In most cases, you'll realize the best thing you can do is simply let it go. You can smile, you can nod, you can say nothing, and then you walk away. That doesn't make you a loser. It makes you wise. It makes you powerful. It means you are focused on something bigger, your growth, your future, your peace. The more you grow in life, the more you'll realize how little other people's opinions really matter. The ones who criticize you the loudest are often the ones doing the least. They're not building anything. They're not chasing dreams. They're just looking for people to bring down. But you're not here to go down. You're here to rise. And to rise, you must learn how to protect your energy. You don't need to respond to every message. You don't need to correct every misunderstanding. You don't need to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't owe anyone a reaction. And sometimes the strongest, smartest move is to keep moving forward without looking back. Here's something to remember. Not reacting doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care more about your own growth than someone else's drama. It means you are protecting your mental space so you can keep working on your dreams. It means you've reached a higher level of emotional maturity. So the next time someone tries to insult you, provoke you, or drag you into their negativity, remember this rule. You are not here to prove yourself to everyone. You are not here to argue with people who don't see your worth. You are not here to be controlled by others' opinions. Smile. Walk away. Keep your power. Because your peace is worth more than any argument. And your energy is meant for better things. Rule 4. Reactions are expensive. Think before you pay. Every time you react emotionally, you pay a price. You spend mental energy. You lose focus. You risk your peace, your relationships, your reputation, even your future. That's why it's important to understand this simple but powerful truth. Reactions are expensive. And the more you react without thinking, the more you end up emotionally bankrupt. Let's think of your emotions like money in a bank. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of emotional energy, just like a limited amount of cash in your wallet. And throughout the day, life will try to make you spend it. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You feel angry. Your coworker talks behind your back. You feel insulted. A friend cancels on you last minute. You feel disappointed. All of these moments are invitations to react. Each reaction takes a little bit of your energy. At first, it might not seem like much, but over time, those small emotional payments add up. If you keep reacting to everything, every rude comment, every inconvenience, every mistake someone makes, you'll find yourself exhausted. You'll feel drained, irritated, overwhelmed. That's emotional bankruptcy. It's when you've given away so much of your energy to small, meaningless things that you have nothing left for what truly matters: your goals, your loved ones, your peace of mind. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose to spend your energy wisely. You can choose to think before you react. Here's how. The next time someone says or does something that triggers your emotions, pause. Just take a moment. Instead of immediately snapping back, yelling, or defending yourself, ask this question: is this reaction worth my peace? If the answer is no, don't react. Save your energy. Let it go. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to respond to every insult. You don't need to fight every battle. Most things are not worth your emotional investment. Think about the people you admire, the ones who always seem calm and composed. They don't react to every little thing. They choose their words carefully. They control their tone. They protect their energy. That's not weakness. That's emotional intelligence. That's discipline. Let's look at an example. Imagine you're working hard on a project at your job. You've put in days of effort. Then your manager looks at it and says, "This isn't very impressive." Your emotions rise. You want to say something back. You want to defend your work. You want to prove them wrong. That's the immediate reaction. But now, take a step back and think. Is reacting emotionally going to help you? Will it improve your relationship with your manager? Will it make your work better? Probably not. Instead, what if you stayed calm? What if you said, "Thank you for the feedback. Could you share what needs improvement?" That's a response, not a reaction. And that response shows maturity, control, and strength. You keep your energy. You protect your reputation. And you learn something that might help you grow. This is emotional wealth. It's when you invest your energy in things that matter and ignore things that don't. It's when you have the patience to pause and the wisdom to choose silence or calm words over anger. Reactions are like emotional spending. And just like financial spending, impulsive choices can hurt you in the long run. Imagine saying something in anger that damages a friendship forever. Imagine yelling at your boss and losing a promotion. Imagine reacting badly to a small mistake and living with the regret for years. All of that can be avoided if you simply pause and think. Of course, this isn't easy, especially when emotions run high. But that's why it's a practice. The more you do it, the better you get. Start by practicing in small situations. If someone bumps into you on the street and doesn't apologize, let it go. If someone says something rude online, don't respond. If a family member annoys you, Breathe and change the subject. Every time you choose not to react, you're saving your emotional money. And little by little, you're becoming richer, in peace, in focus, in strength. Remember this. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to let other people decide how you feel. You don't have to react just because something bothers you. You are in charge of your emotions. And when you protect them, you protect your entire life. So the next time someone tries to push your buttons, ask yourself, is this worth paying for with my peace? If it's not, walk away. Let it go. Hold your energy. Because that's how you build emotional wealth and true personal power. Rule 5. Respond, don't react. Use logic, not emotion. There's a big difference between reacting and responding, though the two often look similar on the surface. But one is driven by emotion, the other by thought. One happens quickly, the other is chosen carefully. One can damage relationships, careers, and opportunities. The other can build trust, create solutions, and earn respect. When you react, you're letting your emotions take the wheel. You feel something strongly, anger, fear, frustration, embarrassment, and you act on it without thinking. Your mouth moves before your mind does. You say something harsh. You make a decision you later regret. You slam the door, you raise your voice, you send the angry message. But when you respond, you do the opposite. You feel the emotion, yes, but you don't follow it blindly. You take a breath. You pause. You think. Then, you choose your words or actions with intention. This one difference can change everything in your life. How people see you, how successful you become, and how happy you feel inside. Let's look at an example. Imagine someone criticizes your work. Maybe it's a manager, a teacher, a client, or even a friend. They say something like, "This isn't very good. I expected more." Immediately you feel hurt. That's natural. Your instinct is to defend yourself, explain, maybe even attack them back. "You don't understand how hard I worked. You're being unfair. You always find something wrong." That's the reaction. Fast, emotional, unfiltered. But now, take a different approach. Pause. Don't say anything for a few seconds. Breathe. Let the emotion rise, and then let it fall. And then respond. You might say, "Thanks for the feedback. Can you show me what needs improvement?" "I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. I'll take a closer look. Can we talk more about what you were expecting so I can make adjustments?" What you've just done is powerful. You've shown maturity. You've kept your emotions in check. You've turned a moment of criticism into a moment of growth. And the person you're talking to will feel it. They'll respect you more because of how you handled the situation. This doesn't just apply to work. It applies to your personal life too. In relationships, we often react without thinking. Your partner says something that sounds cold. Your friend cancels plans. Your sibling criticizes you. You feel disrespected or hurt, and boom, you react. You accuse, you shout, you shut down, and later you regret it. But imagine what could happen if you trained yourself to respond instead. You take a breath, and instead of shouting, you say, "That hurt me. Can we talk about it?" Instead of accusing, you say, "Help me understand what you meant." That simple shift turns conflict into conversation. It turns fights into solutions. It turns distance into connection. Responding over reacting doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong. Because it takes real strength to pause when you're triggered. It takes discipline to choose logic over emotion, especially when your feelings are loud. But that's where growth happens. That's where emotional intelligence is built. In fact, emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful tools you can have in life. It's more than just being nice or calm. It means you understand your own emotions and you don't let them control your decisions. It means you can understand others too and respond to them in a way that builds respect and trust. People with high emotional intelligence are better leaders, better partners, better communicators. They're the ones who rise to the top, not because they shout the loudest, but because they stay the calmest. And here's something else. Responding instead of reacting protects your peace. When you react emotionally, you often feel regret later. You replay the argument in your mind. You wish you had said something better, or said nothing at all. That drains you. But when you respond, you walk away with dignity. You know you handled the situation with grace. You don't need to apologize for your tone or your words. You stood strong and stayed wise. So how do you practice this? Start with the pause. It's small but powerful. When something upsets you, don't speak immediately. Count to 3. Breathe in and out. Remind yourself, I am not my emotions. I choose my response. Then speak slowly and clearly. If you're not sure what to say, it's okay to say, I need a moment to think. That's a response too, and a wise one. Another practice is journaling. At the end of each day, write about one moment where you reacted and one where you responded. What was the result? How did you feel afterward? Over time, you'll see a clear pattern. Responding brings peace and power. Reacting brings chaos and regret. Remember this. You can't control what people do, but you can control how you respond. That's where your freedom lies. That's where your strength begins. Reacting is easy. Responding is rare, but if you want to rise at work, in love, and in life, choose response over reaction every single time. Rule 6. Not reacting makes you unpredictable and powerful. In today's world, most people are easy to read. You insult them, they get angry. You ignore them, they beg for attention. You criticize them, they get defensive. Their behavior is predictable. You know exactly how they will respond to certain situations. This predictability makes them easy to control, easy to manipulate, and easy to defeat. But there's something incredibly powerful about the person who doesn't react the way others expect. That person becomes mysterious. That person becomes respected. That person becomes powerful. When you don't react immediately, when you stay calm, quiet, and observant, you confuse people. They're waiting for your anger. They're waiting for your tears. They expect a reaction because that's what they're used to from most people. But when you respond with silence or logic instead of emotion, you break the pattern. You shift the balance of power. You become unpredictable. Think about the most powerful leaders or mentors you admire. They don't explode in anger when someone disagrees with them. They don't panic when plans change. They don't scream when things go wrong. They remain steady. They observe the situation, process what's happening, and respond with clarity and purpose. Their calmness is not just a personality trait, it's a strategy. It's a skill, and it's something you can learn too. When you train yourself to be non-reactive, you start seeing things more clearly. You're not blinded by emotion. You're not pulled into other people's chaos. You keep your mind sharp and focused. This allows you to make better decisions, to speak with more power, and to act with confidence. Let's say someone insults you in front of others. Everyone expects you to get angry or walk away in shame. But instead, you look at them calmly and say nothing. Maybe you even smile a little. That moment becomes unforgettable. Not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't say. You didn't give them control over your emotions. You didn't give them the satisfaction of seeing you break. That silence becomes a weapon, a strong, sharp one. Unpredictability makes you powerful because it keeps people guessing. When people don't know how you'll respond, they can't manipulate you. They can't push you around. They hesitate before challenging you. And in that hesitation, you gain control. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means not letting others control your emotional state. It means keeping your power close and revealing it only when necessary. It means choosing your words and actions carefully so they carry weight. Look at chess players. The best ones don't rush. They don't show emotion. They don't let the opponent see fear or frustration. Every move is calculated. Every pause is intentional. And that's what makes them strong. You can be like that in your daily life, not in a fake or robotic way, but in a way that shows discipline and emotional strength. There's also a quiet kind of respect that comes with this behavior. People begin to notice your calm energy. They start treating you differently. They don't interrupt you as much. They don't argue with you as easily. They begin to listen more when you speak, because they know you're not just reacting. You're responding with thought and wisdom. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be the most powerful. In fact, the person who speaks the least but observes the most often has the greatest influence. That's because silence and self-control create an aura, an invisible presence that speaks louder than noise. To build this power in yourself, start by practicing silence. When someone says something that upsets you, pause. When things don't go your way, don't complain right away. When you feel the urge to react, wait instead. Let the emotion rise and fall. Then choose your response with intention. Surprise people with calm when they expect rage. Surprise them with understanding when they expect resistance. Surprise them with silence when they expect noise. This doesn't mean you become passive. It means you become deliberate. It means you stop living on autopilot and start living with awareness. You control how much of yourself you give away in each moment. It's easy to be like everyone else, loud, reactive, predictable. But greatness lies in the opposite. Power lies in your ability to stay calm when others lose control, to be still when others are shaken, to speak only when your words will move something forward. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, pause. Observe. Stay still. Let them wonder what you'll do. Let them sit in the silence. Let them feel the power of your calm. Because when people can't predict your reaction, they stop trying to control you. And that right there is what makes you powerful. Rule 7. Mastering non-reaction is the first step to mastering life. Life is full of challenges. It is full of unexpected twists and turns, moments that test your patience, your strength, and your will. People will hurt you, sometimes intentionally, sometimes by accident. Plans you make will fail, no matter how hard you try. Dreams will face obstacles. Opportunities will slip away. This is part of the human experience, and no one is immune. But here's a powerful truth that can change everything for you. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that shapes your life. When you react emotionally to every setback, every insult, every disappointment, you give the world control over your happiness and your peace. You hand over the keys to your mind and heart, letting others dictate how you feel. This means you are a prisoner of circumstance, trapped by your own impulses and feelings. But when you learn to stay calm and not react, you take back that control. You become the master of your own experience. The person who doesn't react is often misunderstood as passive or indifferent, but the truth is quite the opposite. That person is powerful because they are in control of themselves. They do not allow external events to dictate their inner world. They understand that real power comes from self-mastery. Self-mastery means mastering your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. It means knowing that while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you can control your response. This mindset changes everything. Imagine two people facing the same problem. One explodes with anger or despair. The other takes a breath, thinks clearly, and chooses a thoughtful response. Who will find a solution faster? Who will maintain their peace? Who will be stronger tomorrow? The answer is clear. Mastering non-reaction is the foundation for mastering many other parts of life. When you control your reactions, you improve your relationships because you communicate with respect and understanding instead of anger or hurt. You improve your work because you stay focused and clear-headed, even under pressure. You make better decisions because you don't let fleeting emotions cloud your judgment. In short, mastering non-reaction means mastering your entire life. But this mastery doesn't happen overnight. It is a skill that takes practice, patience, and persistence. The good news is you can start small, right now. The next time something annoys or frustrates you, pause. Take a deep breath. Feel the emotion rise inside you, but don't act on it immediately. Think. Ask yourself, what is the best way to respond here? You might decide to say nothing. You might choose calm words. You might decide to walk away. Whatever you choose, make it intentional. This simple habit, repeated every day, will slowly change how you handle life's challenges. You won't be perfect. You will still feel anger, sadness, or frustration sometimes. That's natural. But every time you stay calm when you used to explode, you grow stronger. Every time you choose wisdom over impulse, you build a better future for yourself. Non-reaction is not about being cold or distant. It's not about hiding your feelings or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It's about being wise, understanding that reacting impulsively often causes more harm than good. Wisdom knows when to speak and when to stay silent. Wisdom knows that sometimes the greatest strength is holding your peace, even when the world tries to steal it. This wisdom builds character. It builds resilience. It builds a life filled with calm confidence rather than chaos and regret. Think about the most successful and respected people you know. Chances are they have mastered this skill. They face pressure, criticism, and setbacks with a calm strength that inspires others. They don't react to every challenge with emotion. Instead, they respond with clarity and purpose. That can be you. You can be that person. It starts with mastering non-reaction. So make a commitment today to practice this skill. Notice your triggers, the moments when you want to react quickly and emotionally. Use those moments as opportunities to pause and choose differently. Over time, you will see your life change. Your relationships will improve. Your work will improve. Your sense of peace will grow. Mastering non-reaction is more than just a rule. It's a way of life. It's the first step toward mastering every part of your life. Because when you control yourself, you control your destiny. And that, truly, is the greatest power you can have. Final words. Let the storm rage. You stay calm. In life, there will always be storms. People will challenge you. Situations will feel chaotic. The world around you may seem loud, fast, and unpredictable. But here is one truth you can hold on to tightly. You can't control other people. You can't control the world. But you can control how you respond. And that control, that power over yourself, is your true freedom. When you learn to master your reactions, you become unshakable. No matter how wild the storm gets, no matter how hard others push or pull, you remain calm. You don't give away your peace. You don't lose sight of your goals. You don't let other people's actions decide your mood or your future. You stand firm, steady, and focused. Remember these 7 powerful rules that will help you take control of your emotional life and, by extension, your entire life. Silence is strength. Don't react. Observe first. When you feel a strong emotion rising, pause. Don't rush to speak or act. Use silence as your shield and strength. Observe the situation, think carefully, and then choose your path wisely. Control your face. Control the situation. Your face shows your emotions before your words do. By keeping a calm, relaxed expression, especially in difficult moments, you send a message of strength and control. Your calm face becomes your armor. You don't owe everyone a reaction. Not every comment or insult deserves your energy. You don't have to engage in every conflict or argument. Sometimes the strongest choice is to walk away and protect your peace. Reactions are expensive. Think before you pay. Every emotional reaction costs you energy, focus, and sometimes relationships. Treat your emotional energy like money. Spend it wisely on things that truly matter. Respond, don't react. Use logic, not emotion. Reacting is impulsive. Responding is intentional. When you respond with calm and logic instead of emotion, you handle situations more effectively and maintain your dignity. Not reacting makes you unpredictable and powerful. When people can't predict your reactions, they lose control over you. You become mysterious, respected, and harder to manipulate. This unpredictability is a secret source of power. Mastering non-reaction is the first step to mastering life. Life will test you with challenges, failures, and setbacks. But when you master non-reaction, you master your emotions, and that mastery opens the door to mastering your work, relationships, and decisions. So let the world spin as fast as it wants. Let people shout, argue, and create chaos around you. Let the storm rage on. You stay calm. You stay focused. You stay in control. This calm control is your victory. This quiet strength is what sets you apart. It is the power that will help you rise above challenges, make better choices, and create the life you want. If this message has helped you, if you feel ready to take control of your reactions and your life, then please support this channel by liking the video, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who needs to hear this message. This is English Achieve, helping you grow not only in language, but in life. Remember, mastery over yourself is the true key to success. Keep practicing these rules every day and watch your world change. Stay calm, stay strong. You've got this.